What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 153 of the Idiotic Sports Talk. I'm your host, Liam Gavin, coming to you live from my dining room. And today I want to give you all the Week 16 picks around the NFL. Last week, my record was 8-8, which is still 500, but definitely needed to do better this week. We'll start with the Thursday game. We have the Jags taking on the Jets. The Jags have been red hot lately. Big win against my Cowboys last week, and the Jets have been seeing to slope. They've been seeing to crumble. We have the number one pick of the Jags last year in the draft. It was Trevor Lawrence versus the number two pick last year, which is Zach Wilson. And a lot of people are leaning towards Trevor Lawrence on this, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lean with Trevor Lawrence, and I'm going to pick the Jags 23-18. The Saturday games, we have more Saturday football, which is on Christmas Eve. The Falcons versus the Ravens. So the Falcons are going to ride with Desmond Ridder. The Ravens are going to ride with Tyler Huntley, no Lamar. Both teams just really struggled offensively, especially the last couple of weeks. They could both run the ball really well. It's a really, really tough game to choose, but I think I'm going to go with the Ravens here. They have a lot more to play for. But if they lose this game, they could certainly be in some trouble. I'm going to go Ravens 27-25. Next, the Lions take on the Panthers. The Lions have been red hot lately. If you're a team in the NFL and you see the Lions on your schedule with a few games remaining, I don't think you want to play them. They play some smash-mouth football. Their defense was garbage in the beginning of the year. Now they're stepping it up. Their offense hasn't been turning the ball over as much. And they're just clicking on all cylinders right now, trying to make that playoff push. And as for the Panthers, they can run the ball very well, too. Their defense isn't bad. It's just, who do I trust more in this situation, Jared Goff or Sam Darnold? Neither of them, honestly. But I just got to go with the Lions right now. They're cooking right now, and they're going to be hard to stop. So I'm going to go Lions 30-21. Next, the Seahawks taking on the Chiefs. The Seahawks really, really need this win. If the Seahawks lose this game, they're probably out of the playoffs. But they're going against a juggernaut in the Chiefs who are at home. I really don't see the Seahawks winning this game, but, I could be wrong. We've seen crazier things happen. Seahawks do have a very good offense. Their defense has been questionable. The Chiefs' defense is questionable, but their offense is really good. I kind of can see this being a shootout, but I got to roll with the Chiefs here, 31-27. Next, the Saints taking on the Browns. So this game is another toss-up. Both teams have been a major disappointment this year. Both teams have been banged up, haven't really had their quarterbacks playing. And it's pretty much a coin toss. I wouldn't be surprised who wins this game at all. It's kind of like playing like a rock, paper, scissors shoot game. But I'm going to roll with the Browns to win this one, 22-19. I just think they have the better running game and a slightly better offense. Next, the Texans take on the Titans. So the Texans have been playing teams tough lately. They just can't close out games. And the Titans are on a 4-game losing streak. They could, if they lose this game and the Jaguars win, they could pretty much lose this division and fumble the division away. But no matter what it is, with the Titans, they always seem to beat the Texans. The Titans won't have Tannehill out there. His foot is broken, so they're going to have Malik Willis. But every time Derrick Henry faces the Texans, I don't know what his beef is with them, but he absolutely runs them over. He's had, I think, about 3 or 4 games where he's had 200 or more rushing yards with like 2 or 3 touchdowns. He's just an absolute beast. This game's going to be in Tennessee. It's going to be really hard for the Texans to tackle this guy because he's such a monster. So for those reasons, I got to go Titans 28-14. Next, the Bengals taking on the Patriots. So the Bengals are absolutely cooking right now. No one seems that they can stop them. They're doing what they did last year where they started off slow, and now they're cooking, and they went all the way to the Super Bowl. But they're on the road against a Patriots team who is pretty tough. Bill Belichick makes it very hard for young quarterbacks like Joe Burrow to get things going in Foxborough. But I also did see that the Bengals did not beat the Patriots in Foxborough since like the 80s, which I found crazy. I think it's going to change, though. I think the Bengals have just too much going on right now. They're feeling too good. The Patriots really need to win this game in order to make the playoffs. So they're going to throw the kitchen sink at the Bengals, but I think the Bengals are going to be ready. So give me the Bengals to win this one, 28-22. Next, the Giants take on the Vikings. It's another game the Giants need to win. The Vikings already have their division clinched up. They have a playoff spot. But, I don't really see the Giants beating the Vikings. They certainly can if they get the run game going. But I just see the Vikings really being able to set things off with their receiving core and run game. So for those reasons, I'm definitely going to take the Vikings here. I'm going to go by the score. I'm going to go 29-23. Next is the Bills taking on the Bears. So the Bills have been red hot. The Bears have not. The Bills have just been absolutely on fire. They could gas you in all types of ways. The Bears really just have not been good. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. I'm going to go Bills 34-10. Next, the Commanders take on the Niners. So the Commanders really need a win here, like desperately need a win to keep their playoff hopes alive. But they're going against a Niners team that's absolutely rolling right now. The Niners are at home. Brock Purdy has his team's back. The team has his back. Running game is just absolutely unstoppable, and the defense is unstoppable. So I got to roll with the Niners here. I'm going 27-18 for the Niners to win. Next is the Eagles taking on the Cowboys, the biggest game of the week. The Eagles aren't going to have Jalen Hurts. They're going to have Gardner Minshew, and the Cowboys better be ready for it because even without Jalen Hurts, Gardner Minshew still isn't a bad quarterback, and they still have the same team that they have around Jalen Hurts. It's just Gardner Minshew isn't as mobile. The Cowboys really need to step up. They got punched in the mouth last week after they blew a 17-point lead, so they really need to buckle down and get it together. And I think they're going to. I think their defense is going to be pissed off. I think their offense is going to be pissed off. They need to run the ball. Dak needs to not turn the ball over. And let's go Cowboys, man. We really need this win. We can't get swept by Philly. And I'm tired of all the Eagles fans around here since I live in Jersey. I have a bunch of Eagles fans friends, and they're saying, oh, we're going to smack Dallas. We're going to smack Dallas. It's time to shut them up. Time to zip their lip, and let's punch them in the face. Let's go Cowboys, 27-23. Next is the Raiders taking on the Steelers. So this game pretty much means nothing for two teams. I think both teams can somehow still make the playoffs. It's just a very slight chance. I got to go with the Raiders here. I feel like they have the better run game, the better offense, but you never know with the Steelers, right? Just when you think they're dead in the water, they can come out and pull a win. But I'm going to roll with the Raiders here, 23-17. Next, the Sunday games, which is on Christmas Day. Packers taking on the Dolphins. The Dolphins have been looking down bad lately, but I think this is the game where they can bounce back and get things going together. They're at home. They got an offense that can give the Packers defense hell. You can't count out Aaron Rodgers, but against this Dolphins team, I think that the Dolphins are going to get things rolling. So I'm going to pick the Dolphins here, 30-22. Next, the Broncos taking on the Rams. So this is a real special gift. Russell Wilson versus Baker Mayfield. This game is pretty ugly. Definitely not what we deserve on Christmas, but the Broncos seem to have found a offensive rhythm late in the year when they're already eliminated from the playoffs. The Rams are eliminated from the playoffs and still just look absolutely terrible. So I'm going to roll with the Broncos here to win 19-14. Next, the Bucs taking on the Cardinals. So the Bucs really need to get things going and get a win, and they're facing a Cardinals team that don't have Kyler Murray. They just look really bad. This Cardinals team is just tough to watch right now. They've been tough to watch all year, but especially now with the quarterback one injured. So I think the Bucs are going to pick them apart, and I can see the Bucs winning this one 31-17. The final game is the Monday night game, the Colts taking on the Chargers. I saw the Colts are starting Nick Foles, which means that the Colts are going to win the Super Bowl because now they have Nick Foles in, and he's going to carry them all the way. No, I'm just kidding. The Chargers have a lot more to play for. They're going to come out and they're going to put the Colts away. I think they're going to win this one 25-13. However, it wouldn't surprise me if the Colts somehow won. But I think ever since they blew that 33-0 lead last week, it's going to haunt them forever. They're not going to be able to bounce back. As for teams on their bye weeks, there's no more bye weeks in the NFL right now. My lock of the week is the Bills over the Bears, and my upset is the Raiders over the Steelers. So thank you all for watching my Week 16 picks. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on my Instagram, do what you can to like, share, and promote my content. And I hope you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. Make sure to enjoy some football.